Hello everyone, it's Dylan from Yu-Gi-Oh! Everything, and welcome back to another video. So yesterday night actually, by the time you're watching this video, it's probably Friday, I'm just recording on Thursday, we got some really cool news in the way of another anime-exclusive deck getting printed to the actual game of Yu-Gi-Oh! As you know, the actual game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Is not my strong suit at all when it comes to the Yu-Gi-Oh! Franchise, but whenever an anime deck gets announced to be printed, much like Jim Crocodile Cook's Fossils earlier in the year, Don Thousand's Numbers, I do like to cover it in a video because I am more familiar with the deck than I am a non-anime deck, if that makes sense. And this was a deck that I wanted printed probably #1 from all Yu-Gi-Oh! VRAINS decks, and I'm sure you've seen in the title and the thumbnail and just heard through the grapevine by now, the vine, no pun there, Spectre's Sunavalons from Yu-Gi-Oh! VRAINS are coming. They are getting printed, which is amazing. Right now we have 12 Sunavalon cards that are confirmed to be coming to the OCG. We have Sunseed Genius Loki, Sunvine Maiden, Sunseed Shadow, Sunseed Twin, Sunavalon Drias, Sunavalon Dryads, Sunavalon Dryanome, Sunavalon Dria Trente, I probably completely butchered that name, Sunvine Gardna, Sunvine Healer, my personal favorite, the big attacking force that Spectre used, especially in that duel against Blue Angel, Sunvine Thrasher, and then we have Sunvine Shrine, a continuous spell, and we have Sunavalon Bloom, which is a continuous trap. So we are getting, at the moment, I believe that is 12 Sunavalon cards that are coming to the OCG, which is awesome. It's actually really funny because I did a video probably 6 months ago, and I'll link this video down below in case you're interested in it, where I went over a deck from every show that I want to see printed. And for Yu-Gi-Oh! VRAINS, the deck that I picked, and it was my top deck pick if I had to pick one from that show to get printed, was Spectre's Sunavalons. I felt like this deck just fit his character so well. The deck really is just all about regaining life points and defending itself, and you really just need to have a Sunavalon on your field for most of the spells and traps to be used. And Sunavalons have an effect, a lot of them, that don't allow them to be targeted for an attack. So, you know, the struggle of keeping one on the field usually is not too big of an issue. And so really, really cool. Sunavalon Force, which is a card that I feel is very good in this deck that Spectre used, I believe, is not getting printed. If I remember Sunavalon Force correctly, I believe that was the card that prevented your Sunavalons from being targeted by card effects. So, kind of a shame that that one is not getting printed unless I'm missing it maybe in the translations here. But, you know, you can't expect all of the cards that Spectre used to get printed. And this is just the first batch. Maybe more will come in the future. But Sunvine Thrasher is one of my favorite Link monsters from Yu-Gi-Oh! VRAINS, one of my favorite Link monsters in general. Just a really, really awesome card. And even though it only has 800 attack and it's a Link 1 monster, it can gain very quickly attack equal to the Link rating of another Sunavalon monster and multiply it by 800. And so basically, if you have a Link 3 Sunavalon monster on the field, Slasher is going to have 2400 attack. And of course, the trees, you remember from the anime, Spectre's Mother Tree, which was kind of a little interesting, but made for some pretty good animation and a pretty good scene when Playmaker finally defeated Spectre. As for Spectre's character in the show, for those of you maybe not too familiar with him, he was the rival's right-hand man, much more sadistic than Revolver. I would definitely compare him in terms of the unhingedness to the likes of a Vector from Zexal, maybe even like a Yami Marek or a Yami Bakura. You know, he was just even though he wasn't a villain to that degree of importance, he was just a very wicked and sadistic character. Such a fun character to watch. His duel against Lightning, because Lightning was very similar, was a really good duel. One of my favorites in VRAINS, and Spectre will probably be best known for defeating Blue Angel and, you know, causing her to faceplant into the ground in what has become a very memed sequence of events. And Spectre, unfortunately, kind of fell off as the show went on. He had an off-screen duel in Season 3. I think he spoke one line of dialogue in Season 3. I remember Spectre's voice actor even came out after the show ended that said in a video, he was like, I wish they used me more, but I'm happy I was, able to say a line in the final episode. So they just kind of, for whatever reason, wrote Spectre out of the show, and obviously if we saw more of Spectre, we would have seen more Sunavalon cards, and now it's even maybe more frustrating from the perspective of being a fan of the anime, knowing that Sunavalons are actually getting printed, and knowing that if Spectre had maybe even just 2 more duels, there would be a more greater monster pool and card pool to pick from for this archetype. And I've done a whole video. It's a little outdated now on Spectre's kind of mishandling, and I think I titled it Vrains Conspiracy, something over the top like that. I'll link that down below if you're maybe not too familiar with what happened with Spectre. I go more into it in that video. But yeah, guys, I am just really happy that Sunavalons are coming, that we are getting a Yugioh VRAINS deck. Granted, when I think of a Yu-Gi-Oh anime that I would like to see exclusive decks printed from, I don't necessarily think VRAINS right away, because VRAINS just ended not even, well, actually a little over a year ago. Geez, time really does fly. But I guess VRAINS is kind of relevant because it does have links, and it might be a more viably competitive deck than maybe some of the really old decks from the 5Ds era and the GX era. Although at this point, 2020 has been a very good year for anime-exclusive decks getting printed. There's not really many anime-exclusive decks that have not gotten printed at this point compared to maybe 2 or 3 years ago. It's been a good year for anime cards getting printed, and that does not end here in the middle of October. Spectre Sunavalons are coming. So really cool news. Let me know if you think this deck is going to be viable at all. Let me know if you think this deck can even come close to touching the meta, or if it's really just kind of an underwhelming deck, but nonetheless a pretty cool ode to VRAINS. And now that Sunavalons have been printed, what is the next anime deck you would like to see printed from the VRAINS show? Bowman's Hydra Drives, Lightning's Legia Armados, Blood Shepherd's Drones. There's still a lot of decks that Robabi's Appliancers were printed also this year. There's still a lot of decks from VRAINS that can be printed, so let me know which ones you want to see. But thank you guys all for watching. Really excited to talk to you all things Sunavalon, Spectre, Yu-Gi-Oh! VRAINS, and Yu-Gi-Oh! In general down below. And a special thank you to my Platinum tier patrons, Horace Maye, Goosey Q, Panther J, Blue Maiden 28, Jarrett Buller, and Aura Dragon, and to my Diamond tier patrons, Jesse Wood, Latrell Smith, Pegasus Seiya, and Anime Kaput, and to my Egyptian God tier patrons, Stella Sky, Chase Connelly, and 10th Emperor. Thank you to everyone who supports me on Patreon, and to everyone who's a YouTube channel member. You guys really do go the extra mile, and I am so appreciative of that. Thank you guys so much. And thank you all for watching, because without you guys, Yu-Gi-Oh! Everything would not exist. I stream over on Twitch a couple times a week. Definitely check me out over there if you're interested in live streaming, and I stream a lot on YouTube, so hopefully I'll see you in one of those streams at some point in the future. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great upcoming weekend, and I hope you have an amazing day. Take care, guys.